A new year, new laws, and in some cases, bigger paychecks. A minimum wage job has always been a starting point for American workers. Well, employees in more than a dozen states are going to start a little higher up the ladder starting today, but not in Idaho. Abby Davis is here to break the issue down for us. Abby?
Well, Brian, the Gem State's minimum wage per hour is $7.25. That's also the federal minimum, which hasn't gone up since 2009. Idaho isn't alone. Several other states also use that baseline, but U.S. Department of Labor data shows more than 20 states upped their minimum wage for the new year. The Economic Policy Institute estimates those increases will impact about 9.9 million workers. Federal data shows the highest minimum wages for U.S. states and other jurisdictions are between $15 and $17. Two Idaho economics professors say they aren't surprised Idaho's rate is staying put, partly because most workers in the state earn more than $7.25 per hour. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics states 1.2% of Idaho workers were paid at or below the minimum in 2022.
The market itself is keeping wages high right now, and I hope that pressure continues so that young people, especially who tend to be those minimum wage workers, have that opportunity to continue to earn those higher wages.
Focusing on other issues such as housing, healthcare, and enhancing educational opportunities and job training, I think those are areas that are probably more productive, in my assessment.
Boisean Fuad Aliyev says he'd like to see the federal government raise the minimum wage.
It's just on the inflation costs and everything. It's too hard to live on $7.25 right now, officially in 2024. On the more local level,
Aliyev says he wants Idaho lawmakers to talk about the pros and cons of raising the state's minimum wage during the upcoming legislative session. It's something that gets talked about almost every year. And of course, there have been some pushes recently, Brian, but nothing that has gone all the way through. Obviously, we'll see if anything happens once the session kicks off. That happens early next week.
Yeah, it was a couple of years ago. In 2021, they tried to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. That failed in committee. And then last year, I think they tried to get rid of the part of the law that limits cities and counties from raising their own minimum wage. That also didn't make it out of committee. So we'll see what happens this year. Thanks, Abby. Okay.